Deal Machine literally just changed the game for real estate investors with a new niche list that nobody else has. Let's dive right into this. I am super excited to share this with you guys because this is a list I've been using internally for years, and I've never talked about it outside of CCF because there wasn't a good way for folks to get it in their markets. I was getting the data straight from county in a really niche way through the assessor site, but there wasn't like a simple, easy way to pull it until now. So let's talk about this. If you've followed me for any length of time, you've noticed that I don't talk about driving for dollars. You don't see me posting the like, oh, I'm out looking for ugly houses, because I don't have to, and neither do you. Your county actually does it on your behalf. In order for county to figure out how much to charge folks for their property taxes, they physically send somebody to look at the property and assess the condition. It's typically ranked between like excellent, average, or excellent, good, average, poor, fair, and then like uninhabitable. It's kind of on this sliding scale. I haven't driven for dollars since like 2018 when I figured out how to steal this straight from county, steal like, legally. But Deal Machine now has this in their software. Let me show you guys how this works, and I'm going to prove to you that this is a good list you should be playing with. Now, my kick in the pants to driving for dollars has always been, but what do I care if it's ugly if they don't have equity and can't afford to sell to me, right? So I'm going to show you how to pull lists of places that are ugly, verified by county, that have equity and can afford to sell to you. If you guys can't tell, I am super pumped about this. Let's dive in and I'll show you how to pull this. So this is Deal Machine's list builder. Pretty straightforward. The interface is a little bit different from PropStream's, which I've covered in other videos, like pros and cons between the two, but let me show you how to pull this from Deal Machine because PropStream don't got it. So we're going to punch in here to start the zip code, city, state, whatever it is you're looking for. In this one, I'm going to just do this random zip code in Indianapolis. Reason I chose this particular zip code, there's some rougher stuff and some nicer stuff in here. So if we look down here at the bottom, we can see there's 16,000 properties in this particular zip code. So I'm going to go into property type and pick just single family. That cuts it down to 10,834. I'm going to go into more and I'm going to do equity and value. Equity percentage I'm going to do is between 35 and 100%. I always do 35 to 100%. That means they can afford to sell to me. I don't recommend doing 40 or 50% equity, moving the filter up if you're trying to scrunch the list down. In my experience, people tend to be right at either end of the spectrum. So a lot of the folks that sell to me can just barely afford to, or they own it, pretty well free and clear or close to it. So of that have equity that are single family, there's 9,063. What we're going to do is add an and filter here. And we're going to search for condition. So it's this building condition right here. So what I'm going to do is just unsound and poor. And I'm going to click confirm. And you can see that cuts it down to just 368. Now, if I close out of this, we can see the list here. Let's just look at one of these. One thing to note, when I click on this next screen, it'll pull up owner info. So we're going to have to blur that out. Otherwise, YouTube will take this down for doxing people. Comically, you can't see this. This is actually a San Diego investor, which is where I live. So if we take this address, if it's a California owner in Indianapolis, I bet you this place is rough. So as we hop into Street View, we can see the one we're looking for is the single family, not the duplex, is this bad boy. I would argue that's not in great shape. Window units, original aluminum siding, looks like kind of a jacked up foundation, some overgrowth of trees. I would say that that's spot on. Let's look at another one. Yeah, I would say that that is a place that should probably sell to a cash buyer or an investor. All right, let's try a third one here. Yeah, again, like not in great shape. Definitely could go to an investor, you know, mold stuff on the siding, you know, looks like trash and debris out front and on the front porch. Let's look at the side of this place. You know, random building materials and stuff. This one isn't awful. It's probably not on the uninhabitable side, but like, you know, you can see this is finding places that truly are in areas that have stuff going on with them. It's interesting to me that the founders of like Driving for Dollars pretty much just killed it off and made it infinitely more easy for you to pull this niche list. Now, this is something that I would act on pretty quick because as this starts to get traction, how these things work, something cool comes out, everybody hops on it, and then like effectiveness dies down. This is cutting edge, literally just got announced today. So pull your lists, and as always, go get your mail from Ballpoint. Thank you guys for taking the time to hang out with me. Again, my name is Ryan Dossey. I am super pumped that I can now get this straight from Deal Machine and don't have to like hack it out of county. I highly, highly recommend that you give this a shot in your market. County is literally driving for dollars, doing the hard work for you. You might as well at least take advantage of it. If you haven't already, be sure to like today's video. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel to keep up with what's working in real estate investing right now.